Here's my question. How come you know that and she doesn't?
Because she's probably looking
And the
for
40,000 people at the Bureau of Prisons who are supposed to give us this information don't know.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Next Gen. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the latest updates. Today, we've got a pretty intense topic for you. We're diving into a heated exchange involving Senator John Kennedy and a top Biden nominee. So buckle up, because things get pretty intense as they discuss the controversial First Step Act. Let's get into it. The drama starts when Senator John Kennedy, known for his sharp questioning, gets the floor to question General Peters about the First Step Act. The First Step Act was a big deal when it was passed in 2018, aimed at reforming the criminal justice system. Kennedy starts by asking General Peters straight up about the impact of the law and how many prisoners have been released under it. Peters responds, confirming that about 30,000 individuals have been released so far. But then, things start to go off the rails. Senator Kennedy is absolutely stunned at this lack of clarity. Now, not everyone agrees with Kennedy's line of questioning. One person chimes in, defending the First Step Act. They argue that despite the concerns, the law has had a positive effect. This person emphasizes that the goal of the law was to offer a second chance for prisoners.
I've gone over. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. This is why people hate government and don't trust government.
So I'd like to respond concerning the Grassley-Durbin First Step Act signed into law by President Donald
I thought
Trump.
you might have a response.
By President Donald Trump. I almost want to repeat that because this notion that it's soft on crime, I don't consider Chuck Grassley soft on crime. I don't consider Donald Trump soft on crime. Let me tell you the numbers that we have. Some 30,000 released. The recidivism rate for people released under the First Step Act is 12.4%. 7 out of every 8 individuals released under the law have not been rearrested or charged with a new crime. By comparison, DOJ estimates that in the decade before the First Step Act was passed, 43% of the people formerly incarcerated in BOP were rearrested within 3 years of their release. Is the First Step Act working? I would submit it is.
Would you yield for a question, Mr. Chair?
When I finish.
I'm sorry. Excuse me for interrupting.
The point I'm making is we decided with the Trump administration and Senator Grassley's leadership that we were going to take a different approach to releasing people from prison. We would give them an opportunity to be trained, educated, skilled, in many ways more prepared for release, because 80%, I believe, in the system are going to be released someday. We don't want to commit another crime or create another victim. I would submit this is a success. Don't put your head in a bag, or whatever Senator suggested. Stand up tall and try to make it better, and I'm ready to do that. But the First Step Act was a constructive reform of the penal system, and I think it was a good idea and stand by it. I'll submit to your question.
Thank you. And I appreciate, as usual, Dick, you made good points. Here's my point. I didn't vote for the First Step Act because I was afraid this was going to happen. And what I hear you saying is that of the 30,000 that the director released, over 3,000 committed another crime and are back. Here's my question. How come you know that and she doesn't?
Because she's probably looking
And the
for
40,000 people at the Bureau of Prisons who are supposed to give us this information don't know.
I'd like to say in all fairness, she's under oath, and I think when you ask for numbers, she wants to make sure she tells you a number she can live with. I have this information. I think it's probably close to being 100% accurate, but I wouldn't say under oath it is. So I think give her a fair opportunity to respond. I mean, it just might not be the type of thing that comes rolling off the tongue.
It's not your job, and I appreciate the information, and I'd like to see the study that shows that. I just don't understand why the director has no idea.
Well,
she didn't say she was uncertain, and she wanted to go back and check. She said, I don't know. And I just find that extraordinary.
I'm assuming since she's under oath that it's an honest answer.
But Kennedy, still unconvinced, presses the point that even with these claims, the lack of data from the Bureau of Prisons is a huge issue. If we can't track recidivism rates or know if victims are notified, how can we really know if the law is working? So there you have it, folks. A very heated back and forth about the First Step Act and its implementation. While some defend the law as a success, others like Senator Kennedy are concerned that we don't have enough data to judge its true effectiveness. What do you think? Is the First Step Act working as intended, or is there a massive data gap that needs to be filled? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that Next Gen Echoes like button if you enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. See you next time.